Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to be talking about what you already have. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I just want to let all of you know that I've got a playlist with well over 100 Buddha Billionaire videos, link in the description down below. If you binge watch that, it will greatly accelerate your spiritual awakening. Now, do you have any idea how much you have? And let's start this out just plainly objectively with physical items in your life. How many pieces of clothing do you have? How many shirts? How many pants? When is the last time you actually went through your closet and took an inventory or counted how freaking fantastic your wardrobe is? Now, Buddhas, you may not like everything that's in your wardrobe, and actually, if you're anything like me in any way, there's probably a handful of items that you actually wear versus the vastness of the wardrobe itself. And I'm not even the kind of person who I would consider to have a lot of clothes, but I have way more than I need. And what about your kitchen? How much actual food or supplies or cooking tools and utensils and jars and cups and different things do you have versus what you actually need and use on that daily, normal, consistent basis? I was going through some drawers the other day, just looking for something, and I came to the conclusion that I have got an absolute abundance of stuff. Now I'm using stuff specifically here because it's really easy to count stuff. It's really easy to look at and say, well, I have a bunch of these Wimdigs over here and these Wemdings over there, and they may not be useful things, they may even be considered junky things, but from a perspective of trying to manifest, it seems to me anyways that we're always looking at it as if I don't have enough, I want more, and because of that, I'm going to manifest the thing that I want. Now, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. But on the flip side, what if we were to come at it from a perspective that we already have an absolute plethora of things around us? And it may not be that you absolutely love every single thing that you have, but appreciating that they're there and appreciating that you have them at all is an incredibly powerful position to get yourself into. At a base level, I live in a climate where if I were to go outside, there's a very high likelihood that if I wasn't prepared, I would freeze to death right now. Because I live in Ottawa, and for the last week or so, it's been between -10 and about -20 degrees Celsius. I live in a small condo that provides me with a barrier and a shelter to the outside world. It has hot and cold water. It has electricity and internet. It has a heating system and a cooling system for the summertime. And on an everyday normal basis, I can go around and completely ignore all of this. But if you really think about it, what I have around me is a masterpiece of engineering and incredible combination of the last few thousand years of construction evolution and the material sciences to have nice walls that I have, the engineering principles to have large pane windows and a multi-story building with individual units that each run off of their own electrical supply, and all this very complicated, incredible manifestation of luxury and comfort, which you could look at and say, I live in a terrible place, if you were to be the kind of person that lives in something significantly more luxurious. But you could also look at my place from a perspective of someone who lives in less and say, wow, you have a luxurious home. And this really hit me the other day when I was just kind of walking around and noticing and appreciating for the first time in a while what I actually have. And I want to thank the entire universe on behalf of myself and anyone else who's enjoyed these digs, because it's not here by accident, Buddhas. And you can do the exact same thing by appreciating all the little nuances and the little conveniences that you have in your day-to-day life, which, starting with maybe clothing, starting with maybe the full fridge of food that you have, starting with the fact that you can connect to the internet and watch these videos, that is an absolutely incredible piece of technology that has revolutionized the globe. And we look at it, and I'm looking at this camera right now, and I'm saying, yeah, it's just a camera, it could be better, but ultimately at the same time, it is the most cutting-edge, incredible science and technology if you were to compare it to the last, let's say, 1,000 years or so. So to circle back to my initial point here, Buddhas, before I go on a condo tour for you, which, comment down below if you'd like to see that at some point. You already have more in your life right now than pretty much every generation has ever had, period. They may have been wealthier than you in the past, maybe 100 or 200 years ago, but your living conditions now, I can guarantee, are superior in almost every single way. Don't even get me started on electricity, guys. So, Buddhas, appreciate what you have. Go around on a rampage of just, wow, I love this cup. Wow, I really like this fridge. It keeps my stuff cold. And you might be absolutely shocked to see what happens. Buddhas, while you're at it, remember the absolutely most important thing is to love yourself.